Hi, welcome to Real Magic Review. My name is Steve Faulkner and today I'm going to be reviewing Stella Porta by Phill Smith. Now, before we go on, could you like, subscribe? Can you also check out Card Magic course? I've just been filming for this. That's why we're in this position and not down on the sofa. Which really, I've just added another chapter on there, so I'm adding stuff to it every month, and we have the live sessions every week and more. So it's $9.99 a month at the moment. Cardmagiccourse.com, please go and check it out. So let's get on with the review. This is Phill Smith's presentation of a trick or an idea he's actually got in Mythology Codex. I think it's in Quinta. But it's in one of his books, and all of them are obviously in the Mythology Codex. Which when I read I thought was a really interesting idea, and this gives you a presentation for that. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I think it, by the thing, it's not expensive and it's a lovely little routine. So the idea is, the premise, and Phil's very good at coming up with these premises, is that you talk about I don't know if you've seen the movie or read the book, The Men Who Stare at Goats, John Ronson book I think it was, about this Project Stargate, where they actually, and this is the true story, which you can find out about it, go on Wikipedia, which Phill says to do, and you've got all this, and it's fascinating that they spent so much time and money into investigating ESP and whether it could be used as a weapon, really, about finding, hidden things in enemy territory and all that kind of stuff. Hidden things, you know what I mean. Anyway, you've got that presentation, and you can say to the person, depending on how much you want to ham it up, and I did a whole thing of saying, actually, I said to my daughter, you don't know this, but I know that you don't know a lot about my job, but I do a lot of work with the FBI and all this. And I showed her the card and it had my name written really badly on it, etc. But do what you want with it. But there's a lot of potential with comedy in this, I think. Anyway, you're going to give them free tests and you're going to say, right, we're going to see if you've got this ability. So we're going to just training, just going to show you some images. I want you to imagine they're over enemy lines and I want you to see if you can locate them. So, and Phill gives you a script for this, a brilliant script. And again, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. So they take the cards, they look at them in any way they want, meaning, you're not sort of doing it in a specific way. They're taking them and then they mix them up. So you give them a mix on the table. And then you say, I'm going to put them into two different locations. Here we go. And I'm going to get your hand and you're going to get your hand and see if you can locate it. So they do all this sort of thing. And they say, right, see if you've passed the first test. And you show them, you just say, I want you to tell me whether your object was in this location. So they go through like that. They say whether it was or not. If it was, they've passed. If it wasn't, they failed that one, but we're going to the next one. This one, it's about subconscious. And you've got all this reason to be doing it 3 times. Anyway, so you do that. Every time you come, you sort of mix them up under the table in between each one. And then they do that thing. And then at the end, they mix them all up on the table again. And you can either go through a process to find it, or you can just pick it up and go that one. So it's a lovely presentation, and it's a really fooling routine. If you think about it, the process, the only iffy bit of the process, which would look, not iffy, but would maybe look a little bit contrived, is completely hidden with the scripting and with this idea of, well, I'm not going to tell you actually, but there's a time when you do something which covers everything. So there really isn't anything to see. They're not going to be able to reverse engineer this. So it's going to fool them. I think it's a really nice presentation. I think it's a really nice trick. I think it's something you will read once and then go and do. There really is no practice required. Of course there's rehearsal required, or there's some sort of going through it, but you will be able to just read this and do it straight away. It's very, very, very easy. It's pretty much a self-working trick or card trick, given this whole thing that makes it not feel like a card trick. So Phill tells you what language to use to get away with the idea of a card trick, and I think it's genuinely a really fun thing. So good points, it's super easy, it's a nice presentation, it's a lot of fun, you're going to be able to do it straight away, no angles, none of that stuff, like a lot of Phill stuff. Bad points are, I suppose it's quite specific, isn't it? It's like if you're not going to really ham it up and have a nice time with this, I just like the idea of this FBI thing, going in and going, look, I'm going to do this. Don't tell anyone. I'm really going for it. I think it'd be very funny. So I think it's a nice thing. It's 20 quid, and it's something that's going to play very strongly and has done to members of my own family. One day, because we're in lockdown still, I'll be able to show it to someone. But that's with me all the time, so I just don't have to think about it. It's there. So that's Stella Porta by Phill Smith. If you've liked this, please like, subscribe. Please check out cardmagiccourse.com. Check out the interviews. I know a lot of them are longer. This is a very quick review, but people have said that when they've watched all of them, they've just got some gold in there. So watch the interviews, watch the reviews, and please share this if you're that way inclined, because it really, really helps. And check out cardmagiccourse.com. That's cardmagiccourse.com for over 200 videos of tutorials from me.